How's it going, YouTube? I'm currently on my way to work. Usually I will be driving with my windows down because I just love the breeze and hearing my car, of course. But as I got in my car and I took off the shades, I noticed, well, a little backstory here. I was getting something out of my car this afternoon. Let's say, what time was that? I think it was around 12 o'clock in the afternoon. There's a fucking bee on my car. It was right by the hood. I'll just say that. And for those of you who don't know, I am really afraid of bees. I'm not allergic to them or anything like that, nor have I ever been stung by them. I'm just afraid to get stung by them, so they're pretty much like a phobia of mine. Anyways, fast forward to 8-10 hours, pretty much up to where it is right now. I take off the shades from my car as I'm leaving for work, and that same fucking bee was on my windshield. Like, what the fuck? Why are you still awake around this time? You should be back in your nest, asleep, and getting on with your life, or whatever. But no, this motherfucker was just chilling right in the center of my windshield. I'll never understand why. Now, I would usually just wait a little bit, and then I'll swat it away with my windshield wipers. But it got to the point where before I got the chance to swat it away, it either flew away or it flew away, but it's still somewhere on my car. So that's why tonight, instead of just cruising on my way to work with the windows down, I decided, why not just vlog? Because, like I said, with my fear of those bees, I don't know if it's still on my car, and who's to say when the windows are down, the motherfucker just decides to fly on it, and then it's gonna cause a panic inside the car. People are gonna wonder what the fuck is going on in there, and all of a sudden I get into a car accident, God forbid. So that's what's going on right now. On top of that, let's see if I can capture any interesting footage. I hope this cop goes to the turnpike and isn't going the direction I'm going. Because, yeah, speed limits suck. As I always like to say, speed limits are just a suggestion. Alright, looks like I'm home free. I'm surprised sometimes with the amount of people who are driving here, especially on my way to work. Sometimes you just get the people who love the speed in general, which obviously I join up with them. And then you get the people who actually want to race you. I find it really funny how these slow-ass cars, Civics, Camrys, and all that, like, they want to race me. It's like, really? You want to go up against my car? Now, there are times I'm actually surprised. There are times I'm actually surprised where some of these cars can actually keep up. Surprisingly, I was actually racing against a Corolla, believe it or not. And, well, a couple things are a factor with that. One, my car is fucking heavy. For all of you who don't know how much a Dodge Challenger weighs, or I think the Chargers are about the same also, maybe a little bit heavier. But pretty much the weight of these cars is pretty much around the 4,000 range. And that is fucking heavy. So they have an advantage of that, having a lighter vehicle. On top of that, they also have an automatic transmission, which for those cars, especially unmodified if they're not sleepers, but especially for those cars, I can understand why they're able to keep up. But in the long run, my car can obviously still beat them, but not to the point where they get dusted. Maybe after like a minute or two, but in the early stages, they can keep up a little bit. I don't know about you guys, but I really love the taillights of the current generation Camaro. From 2016 and up. Just the way it looks. I wonder if he's gonna do anything. Nope, of course you're gonna turn into another lane. I don't know about much about areas where cars, or people who love driving their cars can. Pretty much, what I wanted to say is. What I want to say is this general area here, this little roundabout is one of my favorite places to drive on. It's relatively short, of course, because being it's a roundabout, but I just love hearing my tires screech, if that's a proper term, when I'm going slightly faster than I should be. Not to the point where it power slides, but just hearing the tires. Especially when the road's wet. I'm not gonna do it as much when the road is wet, but then again, when I feel the car fishtailing on just slightly, like to me it's exhilarating. I don't know about people who do it a lot. I'm pretty sure it's exhilarating for them too. But like for me, it's just really exciting, and I love it. And I love how I barely hit any stoplights. As I like to say, time is on my side. And with that, time to enter Mexico. Going to work, yes, but there's no harm in taking a quick detour to Mexico. Surprised that it beat me, mainly because it's a lighter car and it was on automatic once again. A V6 Camaro and I were getting it on, and it was pretty fun. I mean, I'm not gonna deny that like it did hurt me a little bit inside that a V6 beat a V8, but then again, considering the weight of this car compared to theirs, these people behind me are taking a picture of my license plate. They must be anime fans too. Maybe I should give them a thumbs up. Then again, maybe not. They're definitely talking about it though. Anyways, as I was saying, there are times where a few worthy opponents come up, like I mentioned with the Camaro. And then there are others like, what was that car? I don't know what type of BMW it was, but it put up a fight. I was on my way home from work, and we were both entering the highway, and we were pretty much having a small drag. But when it came time to when it got to the point where the road was starting to merge into the entrance, they slowed down, or they were too. They're probably scared to crash, or they knew they wouldn't be able to keep up. But pretty much, I won it. So I felt proud there. And it's one thing you guys gotta know: driving in Miami, you gotta be a little aggressive. I'm courteous to most people. I'm courteous to most people, but here in Miami, sometimes even if they use their turn signals, what the fuck is this guy doing? Why are you braking? As I was saying, even if they use that's a prime example right there. But even if they're using their turn signals, it gets to the point where sometimes I'm not even gonna let them through, because where I want to be headed to, I don't want to have any obstructions in time. And yeah, it's just annoying. You let one person through, and then all of a sudden, like, sometimes 2 or 3 more cars cut their way through, and it's like, what the hell? See, like in this instance, I'll let them through. I hate these speed bumps. We got a speeder up here. And of course they're turning. Why is it every time that there's someone I want to speed with, they're always going into a turn lane? I hate having to drive, quote unquote, economically. Driving down here, it's both a love and hate type of relationship. Mainly because this road, well, okay, driving in this road in the afternoon, it's hell, and that's one of the times I hate it. But at night, like, this isn't too bad. Excuse me. But one of the things that I do not like about driving in this road, especially this small area here, it's the photo enforced traffic lights. And I just hate it, because I had to constantly be looking at my speedometer to see how fast I'm going. Because from what I read, as long as you're not going above 5 miles of the speed limit, then your photo won't be taken. So that's fine right there. But sometimes I have to be careful with that, because I don't want to get burdened with a ticket. Next to me better not crash. But anyways, that is all for the video tonight. I am 95% of the way to work. This is my very first vlog that I've done, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If it's boring or it didn't entertain you much, then feel free to just comment below so I can go fuck myself, as Mike from Street Speed would say. But if you did enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe if you'd like to, and you guys have a good night. And in the meantime, keep on revving. Just as a little side note, the only reason I ended the video early right there is mainly because where I work, I can't be letting you guys see pretty much where I work. I mean, as much as I'd love to, it's a really chill place, especially working overnight, but it is a private property, and yeah, photo and video like that, it's not really restricted. I mean, yeah, technically it is, but depending on where this channel goes, especially in the future, having people know where I work at, that's a big no-no, because I am a nice guy, but when it comes to work, and especially if you don't belong on the property, I will have to be a little tough on you. Just a fair warning. But apart from that, it's a real chill place. That's all I can say.